Welcome to You Didn't Mess Up. This recording is for any time that you've eaten in a way that you would have preferred to do differently, and especially when you might be feeling regret or shame. This is a practice to reset without beating ourselves up. Maybe you ate more than you meant to. Maybe you ate differently than you had planned or intended. Maybe your emotions got the best of you in the moment. Perhaps you were eating with other people and found that it was hard to stick with what you had originally wanted to do in that situation. Maybe you're feeling guilty, shame, or regret. Take a breath. You didn't mess up. Perhaps you just coped the best way you knew how in that moment. Maybe your autopilot brain kicked in its default network mode, and you found yourself eating in a way that you would typically eat without much thought. None of that makes you wrong or weak. It makes you human. Let's drop the shame and instead pick up curiosity. Try to imagine yourself back in that situation. What were you feeling before the food? What was going on in the situation around you? What had your day been like beforehand? It is easy to think about what you want to do in challenging situations, such as when you're feeling really emotional, what you would like to do and to come up with a plan. It is harder to do that in the actual situation. When you're in the muck of your feelings, you're surrounded by other people, there's a lot going on that may feel stressful or overwhelming. Our goal is to experiment and practice doing it differently. So let's envision what the actual situation was. Put your choice in the context of what was going on. And now ask yourself what might have helped more or might have helped just as much without the food. How can you nurture your emotions in that situation? Remember, let's put it in the context of what was going on at the time. When you find yourself eating for emotions rather than hunger, the problem we're trying to solve is the emotion. So, how can we nurture the emotion in a way that will be helpful for you in that situation? You are allowed to learn, to make mistakes, to experiment, and to try again. Because ultimately, this is practice, and every practice is an experiment. And every experiment is giving you data about yourself, about what works, what doesn't work, and helping you to make an even more informed decision the next time. But right now, your only job is to move forward with kindness and care. Imagine that a good friend or loved one was sharing with you this same situation and how you're thinking and feeling. What advice or suggestion would you give them? Now practice giving that to yourself, because we are often our harshest critic, and we would not say out loud to someone that we care about that which we say to ourselves. So this is a time to be our own friend, our own mentor, our own guide. What can you say to nurture yourself in this moment? You are still on your path. You didn't fail. You didn't mess up. You simply made a choice, and you've learned something more about yourself. So, from this more empowered place of thinking about it as an experiment, consider what will be more helpful or just as helpful the next time. That's how lasting change happens. One moment of awareness at a time. So now go befriend yourself with kindness and care. And what's the next thing you can do to nurture yourself?